Hello, welcome to my home lab. In this new video, I'm going to install the private Docker registry with a login and a password. So, today we're going to install a Docker registry with login and a password. We go to Docker Hub and search for registry. We choose the first one. See, 1 billion times downloaded. Here, registry. This one we're going to install. Can find a lot of information in the distribution registry. We go to our command line and SSH to our server password, and we are in. The first thing we do is to look to the version of Fedora. You see it here, Fedora 42 Server Edition. And we have Docker version, see it here, 28.1.1. It's the latest at this moment. We have also Docker Compose version, it's 2.35.1. We look now to the images. You see, no images in this Fedora server edition. And of course also no Docker containers. The first step we have to do is to install HTTPD tools to create a login and a password. So first we do an update. Password. See, our system is up to date, nothing to do. Sudo df install HTTPD tools. See, I'm going to install HTTP tools, a couple of dependencies, and we say yes. And voila, HTTP tools is installed. Second thing we do is to create a registry, a directory for our registry. For the moment, this directory is empty. We mkdir Docker registry. We go inside it. Yes, of course it's empty. Now we create a second directory. Oh, here. We go inside it. Yes, of course it's empty. Now we can create a login and a password. So httpd B for bcrypt and C for create a new file. Dot httpd and username. A password. We type. And voila, we have a new user. We can look at it. See, we have username and a password. We can also create a second user in this file. Therefore, we remove the C and change the username. So we do user1, enter, password, retype. We have the second user. Now we can look at it and you see we have username, password, second user also with a password. The next step is to create our Docker Compose file. We go up on directory, yes, and do v compose.yaml. You can also use Docker Compose YAML, but for now we do Compose YAML. And we create a new file. Insert, start with the first line, services. Second, registry, server. Here you can choose whatever you want. Then we have the name of the image registry latest. Then we have container name. Also here you can choose the name whatever you want. Second line is networks. We create a network, Docker Registry network. We come back to that in a minute. The ports. $5,000. This is the port on the server, the Fedora server. Second, also 5,000 is the port inside the container. Then we have environment variables. First is the type of the password. See, registry out, ht passwd. Second, it's real registry. Then we define the path of the file, out.htpasswd, and we define delete enabled, true, and the last environment is the root directory on the file system root directory data. Then we create volumes. First is data. Again, the first is on the Fedora server. Second is on the container. Hot. Then is restart policy. So restart. Unless stopped. You can also use always, but for now we do unless stopped. And we define the networks. Docker Registry network. See, this name and this name has to be the same. Bridge. Bridge is also the default. Now we can do escape, right quit, and we can run our Docker compose file. So Docker compose up. We're downloading the image and the registry is running. Now we can test it. Before we can test our private registry, we have to look at the daemon.json. Therefore, we do cd docker. You see, I have here a file daemon.json. If you don't have that file, you need to create it. Therefore, we do sudo e or another text editor daemon.json. Enter. Password. And you see here, we have one line. Insecure registries. We have localhost 5000 and the IP address from our Fedora server, also port 5000. It's 2 times the same. That's for internal use. That's from external. This line is very important because our registry is not yet secured. We go out. If you have created a new file, you need to do 2 things. First, systemctl daemon reload and restart Docker. Now it's okay. The daemon.json file is inside our Docker now, and we can use it. Now we can open our browser and put the address. Port 5000. And you see, we have no error. That's a good sign. If we go now to /v2/catalog, we have to ask give a username. I put the first user. Et voila, we have our repository. Of course, it's empty, but you see it's working. If we stop the browser and open the private window again, we can go again to our registry for 5000 /v2/catalog. Again, we have to log in, but this time we use the second user. And voila, it's also working. Now we open the second tab in our terminal, do SSH, password. Now we can log in to our Docker registry. So Docker, login, IP address, port, enter, username and password. we are logged in to our server, to our registry. Second thing we need to do is to pull an image. So Docker pull Nginx latest. The image is downloaded. Now we need to tag it to our local registry. So Docker tag Nginx latest, IP address from our registry, port, that, the name we want to give it. You can select Nginx or maybe my Nginx. And a version, let's say version 25. That's okay. Now we can push that image to our local registry. So Docker push IP address, port, and the name. So my Nginx now, and the version we have given it. See, it's pushing. Wait a little bit. It's almost finished. Now we can go back to our browser. You see, before it was empty. If we refresh, et voila, my Nginx is on our local registry, saved with a login and a password. So that was it for today. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up. See you later. Thank you very much.